Good morning. We're going to continue on with our nonfiction read alouds. Remember, nonfiction is real stories that give information and facts. And today, when we're reading, I want you to really pay attention to what you are learning, what new facts you are learning. And I also want you to be thinking about how the author wrote their story. Does it make sense? Is it in an order that makes sense? And is it something that you could learn from? And then, is there something that you could do when you're doing your research project? All right, you guys ready? Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another little tip about when you're using the virtual library. We're going to read a story, and you see this blue bar down here, and it shows me where to move the pages if I want to zoom in or zoom out. Well, you could also get rid of that blue bar completely. So if you just take your mouse, see mine, or if you're on your tablet, you probably can use your finger, and just click on the page anywhere, it goes away. And then when you want to turn the page on the computer, you just click, or on your tablets and phones, you can swipe. All right, so we are going to read Arctic Foxes by Leo Stats. It is a nonfiction book, and remember, nonfiction usually uses real photographs instead of drawings or illustrations. So a lot of times we'll see a real photo when we are reading nonfiction. Arctic Foxes. I'm going to get rid of my camera now. Okay, so here's our table of contents. So I know that shows me where each section of the book starts. So if I was only looking for one part, like say the habitat, I would find that word habitat, follow those dotted lines, and I would start on page 12. If I wanted to look at the glossary first, and remember, a glossary is where we learn all of our words that are going to be important, or while we're reading, if there's something in bold or something we're not sure of, we can look there and it'll give the definition. Well, my table of contents says that glossary starts at page 22. Can you tell me what page the life cycle starts on? Did you find it? Good, page 18. But we are just going to start at the beginning. Arctic foxes are cold weather mammals. They can survive in freezing temperatures. I'm going to click on that word, and it's in my glossary. It's my third word down, mammal. An animal that makes milk to feed its young and usually has hair or fur. Body. Arctic foxes have thick fur. It keeps them warm. They hide from the cold underground. Arctic foxes have small ears. They have pointed snouts. An Arctic fox has a fluffy tail. It is called a brush. It helps the fox balance. Arctic foxes have gray fur in the summer. The fur is white in the winter. This helps them blend in with their surroundings. Habitat. Remember, when we have a heading up top, make sure you read that so that you can see what the next section is going to be about. Habitat. Arctic foxes live in the polar tundra. The tundra is cold and flat. It has very few trees. Let's click on tundra. Tundra. A flat land without trees where the ground stays frozen all the time. Okay, so we just read this page about the tundra. Arctic foxes often live near coasts. They can be found in northern areas. So now on the right side here we have a map. and that is showing us where the Arctic foxes live. And if you look here where my mouse is showing you, well, that's the key. So all those little parts that are in yellow here are where the foxes live. So can you use this picture as a clue to figure out what the coasts are? What do you notice about these areas? That's right. They're near the edges of the land, close to the water. Food. Arctic foxes eat whatever they find. They often eat small animals. Sometimes they eat berries or fish. Life cycle. Arctic foxes have babies in dens. Babies are called pups. They live 3 to 6 years. Quick stats. Average weight. An Arctic fox is lighter than a bowling ball. Now look at this picture here in red. This is giving us some more information. It says an Arctic fox is usually 13 pounds and a bowling ball is 15 pounds, so they're pretty light. Quick stats. Average length. An Arctic fox's body is shorter than an acoustic guitar. So a fox is usually 2 feet and 6 inches long from the snout to the tail. A guitar is usually 3 feet and 4 inches long. Ooh, they're little guys, like a dog. And then we're back to our glossary. So we have coast, land near a body of water. Den, a hidden place for an animal to live or hibernate. We read about mammals. Snout, a part of the face, including the nose and mouth, that sticks out. So I want us to go back for a minute to this page where it gave us the quick stats. So that's just some extra information they're giving, and that's kind of like the fun facts or interesting facts that you're going to be looking for today when you are doing your research project. So you could think of something like this as extra information that you might want to give. Does that make sense? I think so.